Again, it's going to be slightly different this week, and we have scanned the wine shelves. We're going to review a wine which comes with an app.
Today we're going to download a wine app first of all. The wine app is called Living Wine Label.
So basically on each wine there's a label with a person.
For the sake of my children, I begged for mercy, but the judge showed me none.
I mean, I love these bottles.
So the wine we've chosen today, as you know, is a 19 Crimes wine. These wines are stocked by a couple of our local supermarkets, and there's in the supermarkets there are 3 reds and 1 white. Southeastern Australia, 13% volume, and this is what we're going to have with the barbecue, just as a drinking wine today. We're going to taste it.
Are great for cooking your veg, mushrooms, onions, that sort of thing. Onions are chopped and ready. Barbecue is lit.
Is it really a £7 a bottle of wine? Now, wine in the UK is heavily taxed. Yes, but that's 10%. That's a huge range of wines. Let me finish what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Right? We talked about this being a fun wine because of the talking label, but my first thing that I don't like about this wine, for people that are just going out and buying the wine,
Try my.
do you try the wine?
I'm going to try my burger first.
Okay.
I know I've tried it before, I don't actually remember it, because you normally finish it off. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Andre and welcome to our kitchen. I have Rico here with me again because we are going to do another wine review. Again, it's going to be slightly different this week. We've been to our local supermarket and we have scanned the wine shelves. So I'm going to insert that footage in just now.
Well, we're in the supermarket with Andre, one of our local supermarkets, and something we don't often do together, and we're in the wine aisle. The beginning of the wine aisle has got, each end has got reduced wines, bin ends, and then we go into the sparkling wines, premium champagnes on top, all the usual numbers, Viv Clicquot, Moët Chandon, and then we go into Prosecco and other sparkling wines like Cava. And all the wines in this supermarket that have yellow price tickets have been reduced. So as we go down the wine aisle there, we have wines are separated into countries. Australia, New Zealand are normally together. Then it goes into some of the other New World wines, Chilean wine, USA, Old World wine from France. And at the extreme end of this aisle we have half bottles, wine boxes and the quarter bottles. I think there's even wine in cans there. On the other side we have red wines in this supermarket and some fortified wines. Here's all the roses. We're here to choose one particular wine today. It's a wine from the 19 Crimes range, which have speaking wine labels. But this is a vegan wine, which we talked about a few weeks ago, that wines that are normally for vegans are marked specifically that they are vegan. And this is a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, nicely priced at £8, good value wine. Normally in the supermarket, top level wines in the top levels are more expensive, and as the levels go down the wines get cheaper or less expensive. Cheap's not a good word to keep saying. Back to the champagnes, sparkling wines, and then over to the fortified wines. Here there's some lovely vintage port in boxes. Make a nice Christmas present, I would imagine. And then some fortified wines, and then into the red wines. Again, separated in countries, most expensive on top, cheaper wines at the bottom. This particular supermarket is a very small range of French wine, quite a poor range. Just some of the 19 Crimes range. There are some of the red ones, and here we have Right there, that's the French range there, very, very small. Now, back over to the whites. There's Chilean white, Casero de Diablo from Concha y Toro. And then back over to the reds here, some premium reds on the top shelf. There's a nice Barolo there, reduced to £13 from 16. And then we're down to a Rispaso. And then at the bottom there, there's some mulled wine. Don't know why that's there in the bottom shelf. There it's there. But there's next to the mild wine there, there's some Merlot at £4.75, and the shelf above that we've got some entry level Chianti at £6. And as you see, the wines just get a wee bit dearer as you go up the shelves. Premium wines in the top. There's a nice Italian, and back over to the whites, Greco Tartufo, one of our favourites. Old Greek grape, which made a comeback in Italy. Wine boxes, all the usual things, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, big winemakers, Wolf Blasts, and there's some more of the Benens or wines at reduced. And we've picked up this wee bottle of Italian red here, which was in the Italian section. Reads well, heavy bottle, it's marketed well, and it's won awards. Never tasted it before, we'll maybe do a review on this in the future. But this is the wine we've chose today, 19 Crimes Chard. It's a Chardonnay, Australia. It's reduced from £97.
So today's menu is we're just basically going to barbecue. We're going to review a wine which comes with an app. Rico is now going to show you how to download this app because it really is quite interesting. I have actually showed this on my Instagram. I think it's absolutely fascinating. So this is how you download the app, and then we'll discuss the wine.
Well, hello again, and first of all I'd like to thank you all for all your interaction on our previous wine and food videos, your comments, your questions, and I hope we've answered all the questions to your liking. Today we're going to download a wine app first of all. You just go to your app store, and the wine app is called Living Wine Labels. So I've just downloaded it already, so we're going to open it now. Okay, great. So this is the first time I'm opening the app now. So as you can see, it's got 19 Crimes, Gentleman's Collection, Wolf Blass, Matua from New Zealand, Lindemans, and Squealing Pig. Now I know that 19 Crimes and the Lindeman are, I think, all Australian, and Wolf Blass is Australian, and Matua is obviously from New Zealand. So we're going to click on 19 Crimes, and it will now download the experience for 19 Crimes. You just press download experience. It'll take a few seconds to upload. It's now uploading, and you can see here it tells you a bit about the story behind the wines, about the men and women that are on these labels.
So basically on each wine there's a label with a person, and then this is where the app comes in.
Right. It says here scan label, so we're going to press on scan label, and there's the wine there, and it's scanning on the label.
For the sake of my children, I begged for mercy, but the judge showed me none. I was sentenced to 7 years, transported for stealing bacon, banished from my home. Someday, sometime, our eyes shall see the faces kept in memory. Someday their hands shall clasp our hand, just over in the morning land. I've lived through toil and hardship, punishment for leading a gang of thieves, years at the labor factory. But I've paid my price, and I've gained grit and a new life.
So that's, I mean, I love these bottles. I mean, you know, if you're sitting around your dining table with a group of friends, how fascinating a subject is that, just to have the app, put it on the label of the bottle, and then you get the story of the person on the actual bottle. So Rico's now going to talk about the wine.
So the wine we've chosen today, as you know, is a 19 Crimes wine. This particular one is called Chard, so that's Australian, and Chard being a Chardonnay.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So every person on these particular wines is a criminal?
Yes, yes, yes. 19 crimes turned criminals into colonists. That's what it says in the back of the
So you get a
label.
variety of reds, whites, different grapes.
Yes, yes. Upon conviction, British citizens guilty of at least one of the 19 crimes were sentenced to live in Australia rather than death. And these people went to Australia, and 20% of the ones that were banished were women. So this one has a woman on the label.
So it wasn't even big crimes.
Yeah. These wines are stocked by a couple of our local supermarkets, and there's, in the supermarkets, there are 3 reds and 1 white. This is the white.
Right. How did you know there was an app?
Well, one of the people I follow on Twitter, an American, he does this thing on a Friday night, what's in your glass tonight, and he shows what is in his glass. And one night I replied, I'm having this 19 crimes, and he replied, have you done the app? And I went, what app? And he told me about the app, because
So
it doesn't say anything in the bottle.
Right, which is a shame, isn't it?
Yes.
Like even on the shelves at the supermarket, there's
Well,
nothing to indicate
yes,
that there's
that's
an
right,
app.
That's right.
Okay.
I've been into the supermarket and I've picked up other bottles and I've put the app on it just to see what interaction you get from the bottle. These ones all are talking like that, but I've done one of the Lindemann's Gentleman's Collection, and it's a gentleman, and he talks about, and there's a few different gentlemen in that range.
And he talks about what?
I can't really remember, but
Right,
he
okay.
talks, whatever he talks. But anyway, this is a Chardonnay. It's southeastern Australia, 13% volume, and this is what we're going to have with the barbecue, just as a drinking wine today. We're going to taste it. We've had it before. We enjoyed it before. Well, at least I've enjoyed it. So
it's a Chardonnay.
It's a Chardonnay.
So you would enjoy it because you enjoy a Chardonnay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what are we having to eat today?
So just going to have a barbecue today. We're going to have some pork sausages and some burgers, and we're going to fry a few of these pan-fried onions in the barbecue pan.
So these pans, if anybody hasn't seen them before, just by any chance, are great for cooking your veg, mushrooms, onions, that sort of thing on the barbecue, because it allows all the heat to come through the holes. And we especially love to use this for onions when we're making burgers. So I'll show you when Rico's done that. So this is the focus of our dinner today. We just picked this up from Aldi's, didn't we? It wasn't even very expensive. No. You got a couple of them out of Aldi's, didn't you?
And what's good about them as well is this part says hot, but this part of the handle doesn't seem to heat up. Although the pan heats up, and that part heats up, this part of the handle doesn't seem to heat up. I don't know why. Yeah,
but wait a minute, is that not sticking out of the barbecue?
Yeah, but if you imagine it's metal, so the whole thing heats up, and the handle heats up. When you're using your cast iron pan and you go to touch the handle, it gets hot, even though it's not directly on the heat. And so it should be the same with the pan.
Alright, okay.
All right.
So that's today's dinner. And Rico felt the need to tell me that they are not chopped, they are sliced. Okay, Rico's now put the pan in, here's the pan, to heat. So he's sat it directly onto the coal. Sausages are looking yummy and smell absolutely yummy. So he's just heating up his pan. There you go. So he's also oiled the onions, because obviously that pan has holes in it, so you can't put oil into the pan. So the onions have got their herbs, salt, pepper, oil. So basically that's how he's going to fry them on the pan on the barbecue. The onions in the pan. Oh my god, this smells so good. Simple as that. So Rico's just put the pan underneath, right onto the coal.
Okay, the onions are about ready now, but onions and Worcestershire sauce are a marriage made in heaven.
There we go. So they're almost like that kind of see-through.
That's exactly what they are.
What's the word?
Opaque. And what we'll do is we'll just sit these burgers in amongst them. Just get
Oh my
the
goodness.
flavour of the onion and the burgers married together, and we're ready for action. And the sausages are looking great.
There's some lettuce and tomato for our filling and the rolls. So we've just got some brioche buns. Here we go. On the table we have some burger relish, some real mayonnaise, nothing less. Here we go.
Voila.
Everything's cooked.
You carry that, Annie?
Yeah, I can carry that. I mean, honestly, how amazing does that look? Look at this. Yum. Absolutely yummy.
Who is it?
Here's our garlic and cheese bread type pizza. You can see it if you look close up. The cheese is sizzling and everything's looking great. There we go. That's everything ready. Rico's building his burger. We've been nibbling.
That's one of the...
Is that one of the steak burgers or whatever it was called?
So, yeah.
Some onion.
There we go.
You made a mess. Yes, Rico. So I've decided to put mine in the garlic bread as opposed to a roll with a sausage and a cabano. I haven't decided if I want any relish. I'll taste it and see if it needs it. So Rico's now getting the wine ready. Here we go.
I did say about this wine that we bought it from a supermarket. It's available in a couple of supermarkets in our area. Recommended price seems to be, or recommended retail selling price seems to be £9 a bottle. Now, is it worth £9 a bottle? Is it worth less or more? I only buy it when it's discounted, and it seems to be discounted quite a bit in both the supermarkets. We bought this today for £7 a bottle. So, is it really a £7 a bottle wine? Now, wine in the UK is heavily taxed. So, if a wine costs £9, it will have VAT at 20%. It will have approximately maybe £2.20 duty on each bottle. Whether it's a £5 bottle of wine or a £9, £10 bottle of wine, the duty is still £2.20 on the bottle.
Right.
So,
what is a £50 bottle of champagne? It's still £2.50?
No, there's a different duty for sparkling wines.
All right, okay.
Right, but all still wines up between 6%, I think it is, and 15% is £2.97 per litre.
Right, okay, so
Right.
it's all about the alcohol content.
No, between 5% and 15%. It's
So it's the volume rather than the price of the wine.
no, you're not listening to what I said there, Andy. Right. What I'm saying is, the wine duty on a bottle of wine in the UK between 5% and 15%, which is a huge range of wines, is at £2.97.
So that's the
per litre.
volume of the wine, the alcohol
Yes,
volume.
yes.
Right, that's what I'm saying to
Right,
you. Okay, so
right.
it's to do with the alcohol volume
but it's
as opposed to the price of the wine.
Yeah, but that's a huge range of wines.
I know, but it's
Right,
not to
so-
do with cheap wine, expensive wine. It's to do with the volume of alcohol.
Yes, but that's 10%. That's a huge range of wines. Let me finish what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Right? So above 15% there's a different rate. So if you go to a supermarket and buy a bottle of wine for £5 or £6, £2.20 of that is immediately duty on the wine.
Okay.
But if you go to the supermarket and buy a bottle of wine for £10, the duty is still £2.20.
Right, goes back to the point of what I'm saying. It's to do with the volume of alcohol.
No, the bottle of wine at £5 can be 12% volume.
Right, okay.
And the bottle of wine
okay.
at £10 can be 10% volume.
So what changes the tax then?
What changes the tax?
What makes you pay more? Why would you pay more tax?
Right, and then in amongst that, on the £5, you've got VAT as well included in that price at the supermarket, which is 20%. So in theory, you're at £5, you're only getting a £1.50 bottle of wine or a £1 bottle of wine to the winemaker. So if you buy a bottle of wine for £6 in the supermarket, you're not getting a great wine, you're getting a very, very average wine. And the winemaker does not make masses out of that, because you've got delivery, you've got bottles, you've got labels, you've got everything, and the supermarket's profit. So it's back to this wine. The supermarkets in our area sell this wine for £9, but they regularly reduce it to £7. So I don't believe it is really a £9 bottle of wine before I open it, although I've tasted it before. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So you're better off spending an extra £1 or £2 on a wine that's not regularly reduced in your supermarket, and I think these are the better wines. Okay.
Yeah, but if you're buying them at a reduced price, you're getting what it's actually worth.
I don't think, no, because what normally happens is the wines that don't sell that well because people don't know them, they put them as bin ends, and the reduction is not as great as the discounts they give on wines they want to promote. Alright? So anyway, we're going to open this now.
This is all too complicated. Right, okay, let's open the wine.
Right, we talked about this being a fun wine because of the talking label and the marketing of it and everything else. But my first thing that I don't like about this wine, for people that are just going out and buying the wine, is it's got a corkscrew. And a lot of people that just buy a bottle of wine to have a bottle of wine with their dinner or with cheese or whatever they want to do with it, it's a problem sometimes opening a bottle of wine. It's not for me, but for some people it is. That's why I think a corkscrew.
Why is it a problem, Rico? That wines are supposed to have a corkscrew? That's a load of nonsense.
Yes.
People that drink wine are used. People that drink wine are used to having a corkscrew. Like, why would that be a problem?
Yes.
Why is everybody looking for the easy option now of a screw top?
Because people have problems opening the wine. That's why there's all these.
Well, that's because people don't know how to open a wine properly.
Maybe they don't, but not everybody does.
Actually, do you know, you get all these openers now that make it easy.
Yes.
Right, okay,
They're supposed to make it
Rico,
easier.
let's agree to disagree.
No. I think it should have had a screw cap on it. Okay?
Please comment below, do you prefer a screw cap or a cork?
That's fine. You have to think why, alright? So, let's taste.
Right.
I'll pour for you first.
Cheers.
It smells a nice wine, probably. You can get a bit of pear from it or something. Yes.
Is it a nice wine or is it a gimmick?
I've had it before and I've enjoyed it. When you taste it, you get this sort of butter. It's got a bit of oak in it, first of all. And you can taste the oak. It's not overpowering or anything. You can taste the oak, and it's got quite a buttery finish as well. I like it. I think it's a nice wine. for £9 a bottle, £7 reduced. It's a lovely wine. That's my view on it. And we're not really pairing a wine with a meal tonight or anything. We just chose this wine. We're going to barbecue a few sausages and a few burgers.
It's nice weather, so we make the most of barbecue when
although
we get...
we're not dining out now because the sun's, it's 7:15 UK time and the sun's started to go down, so anyway, so we're just sitting inside having a wee chat about the wine.
Okay, would you like to taste your burger?
Yes, of course. Well, it's not really my burger, it's a bought burger, so, but I cooked it and it's finger looking good.
Try my...
Do you try the wine?
I'm going to try my burger first.
Okay.
Very good. Even though it's a bought burger, it's really good. Cheers.
Don't forget you're not a Chardonnay lover.
It's actually really nice. Do you know, I'm actually getting buttery.
Uh-huh.
I know I've tried it before, I don't actually remember it, because you normally finish it off. Yeah. I can totally taste the Chardonnay grape. Totally. Yeah. Definite Chardonnay taste to it. You get the buttery taste. I've never noticed that before with wines. I'm just wondering if that's a distinctive taste with Chardonnay. That buttery taste. I've not thought about that before, and I'm just getting it now. So.
Do you get the oak? Can you taste the oak?
No, I don't. I'm not getting oak at all. I could drink that. Cheers.
Good.